Hello. Surprise, surprise. I really want to talk to you and I won't be long. Yes, finish well. It's got the little victory flag. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. But in the meantime, before I start, if you don't know, I'm Sherry, and Sherry White, founder and CEO of Champ Restoration, which is a Christian life coaching resource. And so here at Champ Restoration, we're empowering professional women to transform from super women to a well-rested leader, okay? And as a mindset coach and a life work wellness strategist, as a strategist, I want to do three things. One is to empower and equip your life. Hey there, your life and health and confidence in God. Okay. And then also to co-write your comeback story. So those are the things that Champ Restoration is about. Today, I'm going to be discussing finish well and why, it matters to me. Sometimes I might want to say finish strong. That's what we're used to hearing. But for me, as a former student athlete for years, this is a long time ago, but still, when you have that mindset as an athlete, you do. You go. At the detriment to your own body, you go all in and you neglect how you're feeling, what God is telling you. You just kind of are on autopilot. And so that's why I want to say finish well versus finish strong. So to me, well is the better version, right? Well has to do with being wise, being prudent. Well has to do with being excellent. Well has to do with close attention to something. Strong has to do with your own efforts. I don't know about you, and get very frustrating to always do something strong, to be strong. Strong says forceful, you're intense, you have this great physical power. It's like pulling on your body a lot. It's like pulling on your mind to always be at 1,000 at all times. And that's just not realistic. So I want you to finish well this year in 2025. I don't want you to think about being strong. You can rest in God. You can put all your cares on Him, because that is what He said in His word. He says, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. So let's admit our weakness. Let's admit the things that we need help on so we can do what He's called us to do. So I want to talk about a couple areas for you all and myself to finish well. There's a project that I just finished in 2024. You'll hear about it soon. And I had to lean into finishing well and not strong, right? Because as much as I tried to be strong, there was an 8-year process for me to do this. As every time I tried to do it in my own strength or try to pull on the things that I've learned from being a student athlete, it kind of pulled me back, because I needed to rest in Him. I needed to relax in Him. I needed to He gave me the idea, and I needed to continuously hear from Him, not myself. Because I don't know about you, I can get really tight, right? If I'm trying to do something and I'm really trying to do it well, and then it's all me, I can get real tight. So the opposite is to relax and to rest in the one who gave me the idea. So one, in order to finish well, you have to learn. You got to learn what He put into your hand. What is this about? What's the scope of the project? Why do you want me to do it? Who is it supposed to impact? How are you supposed to do? You got to learn. And first thing is learning from the Father, is learning from Christ, right? So that's not usually, most people would say you got to learn the craft. You got to learn the art. I mean, there's a time and a place for that. I'm not against learning. I'm in the education industry, but I really believe that you have to first learn from the Creator who gave you the creative idea. So that's number one. Be addicted to learning. So that means you got to always be ready and willing to listen. Also with learning, you want to learn if it's a project you never done before, or you have no idea, you want to go to the experts, but you're carrying what the Father told you with what you're learning from the experts. So when they're giving their suggestions on how to do it, you know how you need to you know how to work that. You know how you need to work it the way he wants you to work it. Not from what someone who's an expert who's telling you it's done this way, it's best to do this way. You want to honor the expertise, but you obviously want to honor the Lord above all. So that's one thing. Be addicted to learning from the Lord, from experts. You get it. Number 2, and also you want to learn your market. So whoever you're supposed to be catering to, you want to learn about that group of people. Because you want to cater to, you want to serve them well, right? Okay. Number 2, in order to finish well, you want to do it. Like you want to do and you want to apply. You're going to be like, duh. But I'm telling you, once you get in the flow of learning, tailor it to your purpose. That's right. Tailor it to your purpose. That's going back to number 1. That's true. If you let somebody, going back to number 1, if you let somebody tell you how to do it, then you're cookie cutter, and you aren't a cookie cutter person. So number 2, with doing and applying, with doing, I'm saying this explicitly because once you get addicted to learning, once you start to learn about who you're supposed to be creating this thing for, you could be all in that direction, not knowing you have to know when to shift, when you have to pivot, and now you have to start applying what you're learning. It's knowing, what you have to do is beautiful, but then actually consistently doing what you know to do is a whole other thing. So number 2, doing and applying. It can be hard to make that change and transition from that learning, but you have to be so specific. You have to, look for uninterrupted days. I'll do you one better. Create uninterrupted days, even if it's like 1 day, 2 days. Here's the other kicker that I learned in the summer. Just turn your phone off. Everybody will be fine. Now you can go ahead and tell people, I would advise against that, just because everybody doesn't need to be in your space for when you're creating, because everybody doesn't need to know the project that God has put into your lap until it's finished. So like I said, I just finished this project. It took me several years, and I'm telling you some tips to finish well, not finish strong. Okay, so uninterrupted days, turn the phone off, and just get into the rhythm of that, of creating with space that's uninterrupted. That's a whole other thing. So use wisdom. That's right, using wisdom as to what you're sharing. Number 3, to finish well and not finish strong. Finish strong, like we talked about that. That's played. Finish well. You're going to push. You're going to keep, as you get to the ending of the project, whatever you're doing, it does get to be a little intense. You're excited about it's near completion. You might be also frustrated with excitement. You might have a lot of distractions intentionally, especially if you're doing something for God. You're going to have a lot of distractions attempt to come upon you, but you're going to push. Picture a woman in labor. It's a certain time where that cervix starts to open up, and that's that zone, that time. You're going to know when you have to just put your hair up and just push and just go uninterrupted days. Turn off the phone. You're going to push, and you will deliver. You have to be able to be like, for me, I had to finish and push. I knew it was a certain time that I had to deliver this project. Like, I knew it. I sense it. You have to know the seasons and the time. You have to be able to discern that. So don't let anything get in your way. Family, no. Love them, but don't let them get in the way. You know what I'm saying? If they love you, they know, okay, I'll talk to you later. They know it's for a good reason. So if there's somebody constantly asking what you're doing, they're getting all upset about it, you have to think about, why is somebody getting upset about me doing what I need to do? Flesh that out on your own. But those are 3 things, and there are more, but those are 3 things to finish well. Be addicted to learning. Number 2, doing in the application of, applying what you're learning, apply it. And number 3, push and deliver. And so Finish well, my friends. Finish well, Restored Beauties. There is so much more than what you're doing right now. There's so much more to you than what you have on your plate. And I just want you to go for the gold. Go for beyond the gold, okay? And that's why we have the victory flash, the victory flag. Finish well. Take good care. Bye.